In tonight's deep dive, the growing backlash over the use of flock surveillance camera systems. And now a criminal investigation is underway into 6 former Savannah Police Department employees accused of misusing the technology. ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
6 former Savannah Police Department employees, including 4 officers, are now under criminal investigation after being fired for allegedly misusing these controversial surveillance cameras made by the company Flock.
Totally honest, I'm disappointed, I'm pissed off about it.
The employees allegedly using the system to make personal searches involving family and acquaintances. The high-tech AI-powered cameras read license plates and store that data for police departments to use. Over 120,000 deployed nationwide to help fight crime. They're on streetlights, bridges, and highways. But backlash is growing amid rising reports of misuse. Dozens of officers now charged or accused of using the technology inappropriately, including stalking. This North Carolina police officer arrested for allegedly using it to track her boyfriend's ex-wife more than 30 times. She's set to appear in court at the end of the month.
That's what bothers me the most, that the people that use this stuff for personal gain.
Critics also calling these cameras an invasion of privacy. Some are being vandalized in acts of protest. In Texas, this camera cut in half. And in Minnesota, a man posting these videos of himself covering up the cameras with tape, telling ABC the technology is dangerous. But Flock telling ABC News their cameras do exactly what they're supposed to do.
We helped in over 1 million crimes last year, over 10,000 missing people.
And some agree.
The benefits, I believe, outweigh the issues here.
And Flock saying that criminal acts like vandalism should never be the answer here as people continue to make their voices heard in this ever-present debate about individual privacy versus public safety. Back to you.
Olivia, thank you. And for more on this, we're joined by former FBI agent and ABC News contributor Brad Garrett. Brad, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. So this is a big talker. What's your reaction to what we just heard and the allegations that these high-tech AI cameras are being misused? Does that concern you at all?
Big time. I mean, this is a piece of technology that has caught people that have taken kids, that have committed murders. I mean, we could go on. And so the idea of having it is terrific. But the problem is anything that's good, somebody can figure out how to use it in a negative, bad, or unlawful way. And that's why you have to big time, Stephanie, monitor systems that have this sort of sensitive data in it. So in other words, when you log on to classified computers in the FBI or in the intelligence community, it shows that I logged on under a particular number and looked up whatever I looked up. You really have to have something like that in place so you can go back and check. And maybe they do, and maybe that's how they caught these people. I don't know. But the point being, there's accountability when you have sensitive information, and you have to stay on top of it.
Right. And on that same note, I mean, a lot of folks talking about the benefits of this. And like you mentioned, this is technology that's been able to catch criminals. Would you say that the good outweighs the bad when you consider what these controversial surveillance cameras are capable of?
I think there's no doubt that the good will outweigh the bad. However, if you keep having issues like this, it's another thing that's going to turn the public against law enforcement and not trust them. And we have a big problem in that arena generally now for a multitude of reasons. But the point being, you've got to have, I mean, the last thing you want is someone to abduct a 5-year-old and you don't have the system anymore to track how they've moved in a particular direction. I mean, it's a big travesty, but we're going to have to figure this out, and they're going to have to, as I mentioned earlier, hold people accountable and hold them accountable as it occurs.
And I guess an option wouldn't be to get rid of these cameras. Would that solve the underlying privacy concerns people might have?
Well, maybe, but you have to understand one thing. These are basically stationary license plate readers. How many police cars have you passed in New York or other places that have those 2 cameras mounted on the rear deck of the car beside the trunk? That's what they are. They're just mobile license plate pickups. However, this flock system also has high-res cameras in it that really give you, I think you might even be able to ID people as they pick up, depending on circumstances, light, etc. So they've been around for years, and we've used them for years. This is sort of just the next generation and the ability to collect a lot more information in a short period of time.
I see. And folks would probably say, a lot of people might say, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't have a problem with it. But is there a change that can be made to these cameras or ways to ease privacy concerns?
I don't think so. I mean, the reality of it is that you're using a camera that's in the public, on a public highway. I mean, you have no expectation of privacy. If somebody was listening what you were talking about in your car, that's a different story. But the idea of driving on any public street and a camera captures your car at 1 o'clock in the morning at a certain location, there's nothing that I'm aware of that's unlawful. And so as a result, this is another situation of bad PR for law enforcement. And if they don't get this together, they're going to have issues with vandalism and maybe even enough pressure in certain jurisdictions where they may take the cameras out.
Exactly, and it's something that we might start to see in a lot more municipalities across the country. Brad, thank you so much for your time and insights. Appreciate it.